Thank you for joining us at xm.com for this Forex Preview video. We'll be having a closer look at the Jackson Hole Symposium coming up at the end of the week. I'm Christina Marujos. Joining me today is Senior Investment Analyst Marios Hadjikyriacos. Marios, we've been talking about this a lot, that the Fed would probably use the Jackson Hole Symposium to signal the beginning of tapering, but it looks like the spread of the Delta variant and the surge in new infections might hinder the Fed's plans. Therefore, the question on everyone's mind is, what will the Fed signal at the Jackson Hole?
Hello, Christina. Well, the short answer is probably not much. The US economy is doing really well right now. Consumption has been off the charts, inflation is hot, lost jobs are coming back really quickly, and best of all, Congress is working on another massive round of spending on infrastructure. Now, despite all of this, the markets do not expect any major tapering announcement this week from the Fed. Why? Exactly as you pointed out, it's the Delta variant. Back in July, Fed Chairman Powell, he downplayed the Delta variant. He said this is not a huge economic risk. We've seen other variants and they didn't really hit the economy. But since then, we've seen cases skyrocket. And the outbreak has gotten so bad that the Fed was forced to take its Jackson Hole Symposium virtual. Now, that was seen as a signal by the markets. If Fed officials cannot even attend their own summer camp in person, then what does that say about the economic risks? And that, of course, lowers the chances of an immediate taper announcement. Now, that was also combined with some signals that the US economy is losing momentum. The latest PMI surveys were a little bit disappointing. They showed that the economy is losing steam. It's still growing, but not as powerfully as earlier in the year. So, long story short, what is Powell likely to say this week? Not much. I don't think they are going to commit to anything. They will probably wait until the Fed's September meeting before they take any major decisions on tapering. And the most likely scenario this week is that Powell hedges his bets. He might say something like, yes, the normalization process could begin later this year, but a lot will depend on the evolution of the Delta variant.
Of course, Marios, a tapering signal will boost the dollar. However, its fortunes now seem to be lingering in the balance. How would the dollar perform if the Fed decides to wait until its next meeting to tap into tapering?
Well, if they don't signal anything this week, that argues for a negative reaction in the dollar. However, I don't think that the reaction is going to be huge because investors expect that much already. Nobody expects a huge signal from Powell. On the contrary, if they do signal anything about tapering, that might come as a surprise and that would argue for a bigger boost in the dollar. Now, in the bigger picture, I don't think it really matters whether tapering is announced in September, November, or even December. It's only a matter of time. The Fed has told us very clearly that they intend to start this process before the year ends. So the month is not really important. What is important is that the Fed is years ahead of the European Central Bank and the Bank of Japan in the normalization game. Over time, with the Fed tapering and ultimately raising interest rates faster than the central banks, we might see US yields rising faster than European or Japanese yields, and that could make the dollar more attractive against the euro and the yen over time.
Marios, thank you for joining me today, and thank you for watching this Forex Preview on the Jackson Hole Symposium coming up on Friday here at xm.com.